The secret to finishing rich is not making more, it's spending less. From Start Late, Finish Rich. Fundamentally, I think this is essentially true, especially if you're younger and you have less responsibilities. But what I personally take from this is that don't spend too much money on liabilities. That's things that have no real value, which can lead you to being trapped in situations like jobs where you'd rather not be. Instead, choose to have all the options that money used wisely will afford you. Greetings. My name is Dawn from Project Liberate, where I'm concerned with all things that have to do with liberation. Financial liberation is what I'm addressing in this series of videos. This is video number 4. Please look at the other videos and build your financial fitness if you too want financial liberation. In this video, I'm going to show you an example of what investing $10 a day over 10 years looks like. The importance of a side hustle and/or a business if you need to make more money, and the best categories to invest in. And lastly, rewriting your money story. I really like this example from Start Late, Finish Rich, which helps you to see why you want to invest some of your money. In a decade or two, with $10 to $20 saved and invested today, that's $300 to $600 a month, you can create a good chunk of money. $300 a month saved and invested for 10 years is approximately $61,000. In 20 years, if you save $300 a month over 20 years, that'll be $227,000. $600 a month over 10 years would be $122,000. And over 10 years, it would be $455,000, all or plus some change, right? This assumes a 10% annual rate of return, which means it's assuming that you make 10% per year off of what you invested. At 10 years, the amount that you could have is almost double what you invested. And at 20, it's almost 3 times what you invested. The longer you have before you need to access that money, the more your nest egg grows. Sounds great, right? Yeah, especially if you have $300 to $600 or more monthly that you can easily invest. But you don't have to start off with $300 a month to reap the benefits of investing. You start where you are. In fact, the point is that you start and then you build from there. At least you can begin to see, we can begin to see how our money could be making money for us. Let's go back and reflect on tracking our expenses and our budget so that we can figure out where we can trim the fat. And if we're overspending, we can cut back and avoid getting into or going further into debt. I have to be completely honest. I really don't have a whole lot of fat to trim. I don't really spend too much extra money. I do buy good food, organic almost exclusively. I shop at a local co-op and the farmer's market for my produce mainly. I'll buy myself some good skincare products, but I don't live extravagantly at all right now on my teacher's salary. I pray that you have money to easily extract from your special warm drink or excessive lunch and dinner fund, right? But if you're anything like me, you're going to have to make some more money. If you're in debt, you want to work to pay that off the best way that you can as soon as you can so that you can avoid paying a lot of extra money because of the interest. I'm going to do another video about debt that I hope will be helpful. For starters though, a side hustle can be very helpful in paying off debt or for extras. I have one and it helps me to pay for cello lessons. Yeah, cello lessons. I hope to play jazz cello someday. When you're feeling squeezed, you have to create some room around yourself so ultimately you can liberate yourself. When you're feeling stressed about your finances, it's really hard to think creatively about the big picture, right? About that Project Liberate. Jaspreet Singh of Minority Mindset says, save for your emergency fund. And if you have debt, pay that off as soon as you can and save money that you can invest at the same time. Really love this. If you're wondering where you're going to get money to do this, think that double latte factor, right? That side hustle and or start a business. Listen, that's what I'm doing. It's not enough for me to spend less at my age, right? I don't spend that much. And if I were younger, I would definitely start a business. So why not now? I know why now. It's true. Everyone isn't an entrepreneur. So start with a side hustle. Pay down that debt. Cut the fat where you can. Save money for that rainy day fund and start investing. You can do this. Financial fitness leading to financial liberation is yours to be had. You got to get a little serious about it though. In my opinion, 3 of the best investments are real estate, stocks and bonds, and your own business. In real estate, I think multifamily buildings are the best asset because they provide you with cash flow, whereas you'd have to sell your single family home, the one you occupy, to get cash out of it. I don't mean refinancing, I mean get cash out. Stocks are shares or pieces of a company. You then have ownership in the company and voting rights. You can buy individual stocks or they can be grouped together in an index fund or in an EFT. You can buy bonds. A bond represents a loan made to a company or the government. You can invest in your own business, which is ideal. The world has been changing rapidly, and being an entrepreneur is the present and the future. So whether you have a side hustle, a part-time or full-time business, right? It's the present and the future. Let's talk about your money story. Did you write yours down? If you did or attempted to, did you find it difficult or painful? What did you learn about your relationship with money? I want you to take a breath. And if you did this, or when you do, give yourself a serious pat on the back because this is a part of the work to start changing your relationship with money, which is going to positively impact you, yours and your pocket. So step 1 was identifying your money story, looking it straight in the eye. Now you can rewrite your money story, create a new story, a new, fresh, desirable narrative that reshapes your relationship with money, right? So with step 2, what you do is you disprove the story. You dig deep into your experiences and find 3 instances that provide the evidence that your money story isn't true. This will then begin to unravel that story that's been playing out in your life over and over again. Separate your self-worth from your net worth. You are not worth any less because you are struggling financially and because you don't make or have a lot of money. If you have made money mistakes and have maybe a lot of debt, you are not a bad person. You are a lovely person with debt. Be compassionate with yourself. Stop browbeating yourself for being a work in progress in terms of becoming financially fit. Step 4, intentionally choose a new money story and live it. So choose your new narrative and then take actions that are aligned with it. So this will be new evidence that proves that the old money story isn't true once again. If in your new money story you're debt-free, try your damnedest not to dig that hole of debt any deeper. Step 5, make small changes. Commit to changing one thing that you've been doing in your old money story that could have a big impact on your new money story. For instance, if you get Starbucks every day, try getting one every other day for 3 weeks and see how much money you save. Perhaps that'll be more evidence that your old money story isn't true. And that's some fat you can trim. Step 5.5, forgive yourself. Beating yourself up for not knowing, making money mistakes, falling into debt, etc. isn't going to motivate you to live a new money story. Compassion and forgiveness is the only way. Treat yourself the way you would treat your child or dearest friend. You know you would be supportive and you would encourage them, right? Do that for yourself. Step 6, revisit, reread, and visualize to reinforce new money habits from your new money story daily or as much as you can. You have to be intentional in writing a new money story narrative that overrides the old story that you've had up to this point in your life. Step 7, stay committed to becoming financially fit, and if you dare, financially liberated. Thank you, Andrea Warwick, whose suggestions I summarized here. Let us not forget, you are the light of the world. That is why you're here. That is your only function. I am the light of the world. That's why I'm here. That's my only function. May you be well. May you be happy. This has been a 721 Yellow Banana production. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.